marka la hadlee soo taagtay tidhaahdo Mareykan inta timaado Somaliland baa la yiraahaa calankeygina waa kan halna aqoonsado sidaa timaado ayuu baa laga hadlayo wadad reer Somaliland u dhashay ma laga hadlayo war waxa uu ku hadlayaan ku kama midin kuma jiro waana dhacay way dhacay Ahmed Maxamed Maxamuud madaxweynihii hore Mareykan buu yiri halkan oo kala soo loo fadhiyo jaraa'idkii Mareykanka iyo telefishinkii Mareykanka كيسكي سمعت الله معناه يديد مريك واحد أقولي بدي أسوأ كانوا خلوها يو إنجليزي يسونا أو أدونا كذا واحد فالقول دمي هم الله كتبه تفكير صوت دياريت that's lie وابين وحاس كم يجرنا نقول دوش
The lady with the blue veil and the blue veil there.
Hello, my name is Fauzia, and I just want to talk to Mr. Silayo about issue that someone just mentioned it. And Mr. Silayo, since you took the office about 3 years ago, there was about between 1,000 to 2,000 people were killed in Buhodle, Sol, Sanag, and Ain. That people were innocent, civilian, nomadic people. Just like the lady here, Little Halimo, we call her Little Halimo. She was killed when the last election was done in Hudun. When the last election was done in Hudun in January, that was the children, women, and rape happened in Hudun area. What I want to ask you is that when you were mentioning about 21 years, Siad Barre killed and 50,000 in Somaliland. In about 3 years, there was 15,000 people killed in Sol, Sanag, and Ain that has a name called Khatumi State of Somalia. The people here and you, I'm asking you today, I'm pleading you today, that you have to tell the truth. When this gentleman next to you was talking about it, I didn't know whether I want to cry, whether I want to leave the room. I don't know. I just didn't know what to do with myself listening what he was talking about and what's happening in Sol, Sanag, and Ain Khatumi State of Somalia. I'm asking you today, you tell your government to stop killing innocent people in Sol and Sanag, Ain. And the only reason that is happening is that there's two reasons. First, you are forcing them to come along with you, and they say, no, we want to be in part of Somalia. And also, the gas and the oil that you're talking about is part of Sol and Sanag Ain. And that's the other reason that all this killing happening. I'm telling everybody here, this is a little Halima. She's 13 years old.
Do you have a question, please?
My question to you is that I'm pleading to the president today, Mr. Silayo, you have to call your organization. You have to call Hargeisa. You want to call Hargeisa and tell them, please stop killing. As we're speaking now, I'm talking to you. There is a killing happening in Hudun. You know that. There's a killing happening in Las Anod. You know that. There's a killing happening anywhere in that region. Please stop it. Please tell the world the truth about what's happening. And anybody want to make a fact checks that can come to me. I will give you the report, come from the UN, from everywhere. Thank you.
Okay.
I think what that lady has said is completely false and far from the facts.
I don't think you should say this is America. You don't talk to women like that. Sorry.
Well, I don't know how to answer to you because if you
Okay.
the people in Boardland, the areas you are talking about, are part of Somaliland.
They are not.
They are part of Somaliland, historic, and they are part of Somaliland.
So you asked the question.
You have asked a question. Let me answer that question. If you have just want to make a statement, it's up to you. Make the statement, and that's your problem.
Okay, if we move on to the.
Well, I don't know how to answer to you then in that case, you know, I mean, well, just keep quiet then. And let me give me a chance. The people you are talking about are people of Somaliland. It is absolute lies that there has been any killings in that area. If there were clashes at one time in some places, the leaders of those areas are now part of the cabinet of the government. They are ministers in my government. There has been peace initiatives. There have been elders. There have been the government initiative has been made. Peace has been returned to the area. It's people like you who are trying to instigate ordinary people who live in peace with their own, in their own country, in their own region, with their own government, with the elders and so on. But the people like you who are outside, who I don't know what your whatever your motivation is, are the people who are creating the problems. We are trying to solve the problems, and we have solved most of those problems. And we are more concerned about securing peace in the area, talking to those people, allocating tremendous resources to develop education, to develop health, to develop water resources in the area for the people of that area.
My name is Solomon Mohammed.
The microphone's
My name is Solomon Mohammed. I'm from North Carolina, and I'm from Khartoum State of Somalia. I welcome Mr. Silanyo and his group, but I will advise you that here in America, we have something they call fact check, and you better be careful now. And, you know, if I go back to my,
If you have a question, we really have to keep this on
I do have a question. As we know, Somaliland was colonized in British, and there was 5 tribes who were living in that area. And all of you, you as a president, and all your groups came from one tribe called Isaaq. There is none of another tribe with the other 4 tribes here with you today. And the only people who want to separate from Somalia is nothing but you, as a Isaaq tribe. I'm a Durbahante, as a Khartoum state, and you know the Beesha with the Awdal state, with Mahro or Sigali state, none of them need to separate from Somalia. And you're the only people who forcing and lying all over the world that you have a legitimate reason to separate.
You have a question, not a statement.
Yes, sir, I'm coming up. On the other hand, before I go back to my question, the city of Las Anod, the capital of Seoul, there was 259,000 people used to live there. Somaliland militias and Silanyo military forced those people to leave the country.
Rubbish.
They killed them, they tortured them. I have it here.
Okay.
You know,
sir,
the hundred of people.
Yes,
sir, I'm
a
coming.
Question,
Yes, sir,
or
I'm coming.
if you want to make a
Those
statement,
people,
have your
they
own.
were children. They were, you know, the older women. They are women. All of them, they were tortured. They were killed. And they evacuated the city. I'm coming to the question. Mr. Silanyo, you are killing the people day and night. As this morning, I got a call from my hometown. The little girl.
Is there a question here?
I'm coming.
It can't come much later. If you want to make a speech, please.
You know, you don't have no reason to force other tribes. You don't have no legitimacy to do whatever you do and kill the people left to the right. What we're asking you, when you going to stop killing the people and stop lying around the world that something is not legitimate that you're telling the people here? And I'm asking, like this lady said, anybody who needs the fact, we have the fact over here. In Somaliland, they really lying, killing the people, and he's the man who's ordering people to kill left to the right.
I don't think there's a question here.
There has not been a question to answer.
Well, I think we have to conclude.
Yeah.
Rush. Rush.